Hi, everybody. John Harris back with you with my pal Billy Smith, and we're getting ready to crank it up for the NFL, Bill. Let's get ready to start on Thursday. I believe it's going to be on Amazon. It'll be Dallas and Philly, the big rivalry. We can discuss that in a little bit. Um, but I'm ready to go. If you are, we can make some division picks and playoff picks and stuff like that and go from there.
All right, sounds good, pal.
Yep. And folks, anything that we agree on, we're going to just, I picked this one. Okay, so did I. Boom. We're basically probably just going to blow through it for you so we can keep this as short as possible because uh, I don't even have the picks down for this week, Bill. If you want, we can do it on a separate show, maybe in a day or two,
Okay.
because I think folks, we don't want to drag you out and we don't want to drag it out either as far as a show being an hour and a half, 2 hours, it would just be too much. So we'll go over our preseason picks as far as playoffs and standings are concerned, and then keep an eye out for the next couple days, and we will uh, do our picks for the week. So if you're ready to rock and roll, Bill, I will. But right after this, first we have to mention our sponsors. We want to thank Vineland Realty Corporation, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. Their phone number, 856-690-9482. Make sure you give them guys a call or stop by their office in Vineland, right on Landis Avenue. Anything that you need real estate wise, whether it's business, residential, whether you're buying, whether you're renting, or whether you're looking to, um, whether it's a business or whether it's actual real estate property as well, give Dennis and his folks a call at Vineland Realty Corporation, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. Again, the phone number 856-690-9482. And our newest sponsor, who we introduced to you last week, Schatzis Schnitzel House in Riley, Kansas. It's private German events and catering with Chef Manfred LaGrange Ulrich. And every time I see LaGrange, I think of the ZZ Top song. And he's with me on it. I was like, it's ZZ Top, buddy. He goes, how. Yeah, we're all over that. Their phone number is 785-473-3355. You can follow them on Facebook as well under Schatzi's Schnitzel House and their catering hall, which they open once a month for everyone. They basically cater like Abilene train, private events, things like that. But they do also open up the catering hall once a month so people can sample the food and stuff. I mean, obviously it's not free, but buffet style, and puts a menu out ahead of time, and it's really good stuff, man. Chef, the chef's a chef, man. He can cook, and uh, and he'll do other cuisine as well. I was working one, and he did Italian, and it was really good. So, uh, Schatzi Schnitzel House, 121 South Broadway, Riley, Kansas, and their phone number is 785-473-3355. And again, you can look them up on Facebook as well. And they are, I'm trying to coin this new word, Googleable. I think it's too much to say, but you can find them on Google as well. Same with Vineland Realty Corporation. So, if you're ready, Bill, let's kick this.
Let's get to it.
All right. First off, I think there's only really, to me, three impact players that have gotten signed to other teams or traded. Of course, the number one has got to be the new Micah Parsons trade to the Packers. Uh, I mean, the Packers gave up two first round picks and somebody equivalent to the player to be named later. I don't think it was anybody. There was a player involved, but it
Yeah,
was,
I think it was a defensive tackle. He's pretty good at the stopping and run, they say, but
is he? Well, that
that's
might be
good.
good for Dallas, but I still think the Packers made a heck of an improvement. And considering that the Packers are going to finish pretty well, I think, no worse than the middle of the pack and maybe better. those draft picks aren't going to be great. They're not going to be like number one draft picks or anything like that. So, uh, I don't know how well Dallas really did on this. Obviously, the jury's out. I think Jerry had ticked off Micah so bad that he wasn't going to go back. And he had technically 2 years left. I think he would have sat out the 2 years because he has a history of doing that. He did it in college. He sat out a season so that he could transfer. Before the transfer portal is as it is now, you had to declare certain things. He wanted to transfer. The NCAA originally said no, and he sat out a year rather than not transfer, then reapplied the next year, and they let him because he sat out
Mhm.
a year. But he's got a history of sitting out. So if he wants to sit out, he would have. And I think at that point, Jerry had talked so much trash that Micah couldn't. He didn't want to recover from that, and I can't say that I blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either.
Uh, Everybody's making the points. Does Jerry want to win football games or just be in the entertainment business? And most people are saying he wants to be in the entertainment business. He wants his face everywhere. He actually was on a Netflix show. He's just, he doesn't, I don't think he cares that much about football, just as long as he's making money and he's getting his face shown.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, I think it's a good trade for Green Bay. I just think the contract's absurd for somebody. I mean, they didn't play. He played half the season last year. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of dough. Uh,
Yeah. And it's going to hit their salary cap for the future.
mhm.
So, you're probably right about that. But then again, in 2 or 3 years, that number will be not a big deal to somebody else.
True, true.
But it is the highest paid non-quarterback now in the history of the
Mhm.
NFL.
But the thing is, as I mean, a lot of people might not follow him, but you could run at Parsons. So I mean, if you run at him,
Yeah,
that's his
yeah.
weakness.
Well, let's face it, that's what Philly did.
Yep.
They ran at him or threw screens in his direction, and he over pursues so much that he is vulnerable.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a good point. Uh, so it'll be interesting to see who quote unquote wins the trade, but it's a heck of an upgrade on defense for Green Bay. Like you said, as long as he stays healthy, it is a big upgrade for them. Uh, Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh. The jury's out for me on that one. I mean, I think we'll have to watch him play and see what goes on. Um, they lost George Pickett to Dallas, who signed him. That's one thing Dallas did do. So now they have good receivers on both sides.
Hmm.
But they signed. Oh
They
gosh.
got DK
Oh
Metcalf.
yeah,
They-
DK Metcalf. Right. It was there and it was gone. Uh, and one
which, which
thing.
I said before that Roger should have just went into the sunset. I mean, I think
Yeah,
now he's going to play with Metcalf. He don't get Metcalf the ball. That team's just going to be a mess.
yeah, and that's going to be tough to do because there's the number two hasn't proven himself because now that Pickett's gone, you got to say who's the number two, and unless the number two is a draft choice that turns everybody on, uh, they'll double cover Metcalf all day long. And
Yeah.
yeah, you said Rodgers will take the heat for not getting the ball to him, and that whole thing could blow up real quick.
Hmm.
Uh, and one that I think people have forgotten about because it happened so early, and all the other news has taken place in the NFL, which to me, the NFL is a year-round soap opera now. It really is. You could click it on, and it's like, one league to turn instead of one life to turn. It's just unreal. Um, it's constant. There's no off season for the NFL. Uh, is Debo Samuel leaving, getting traded from the Niners to Washington? And I think that's huge, especially since they did re-sign Terry McLaurin.
Hmm.
I, that's a huge move. Um, that's going to make them a whole lot better on offense, but their defense is still lacking a little bit. Um, but I think they're coming. I think they're a player or two away on defense from
Hmm.
being a possible Super Bowl contender, if not a winner. And they're pretty close to contending now. So they
Yeah.
could never know what could happen. To me, they're the three biggest moves. I can't think of any others unless you can. There's
A couple of quarterbacks, just, Geno Smith went to the Raiders.
went to the
Uh,
Raiders. McCarthy's going
uh,
to start in Minnesota.
Darnold went out to Seattle.
To
So,
Seattle. And Russ is in
yeah,
the Meadowlands, the old Jimmy Hoffa Cemetery.
the G-men.
Yeah, and the G-Man. Um, yeah, so you did have a little quarterback shuffling. McCarthy in Minnesota, everybody's making a big deal out of him. He hasn't played it down in the NFL yet.
No, that he hasn't, but he's got the weapons,
Well, he's got
and
weapons.
he got the offensive coordinator to,
Let's have that. So, and that could be that he's seen a lot of guys. So maybe he's like, I'll keep McCarthy and let Darnold go. And they did. They didn't sign him.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, Seattle will be interesting to watch against how Minnesota does. Uh, it's gonna be interesting. To see how the soap opera played out over the winter. So if you're
Yeah,
ready, Bill,
yeah, and you got also just to mention Pete Carroll's back in on the sidelines for the Raiders.
for the Raiders, and they're loving it. I mean,
Yeah,
like a 70-some-year-old football coach, all pumped up, gets everybody rah rah, and everybody likes it. So,
yeah.
uh, and they're forming something that looks like could improve in the next couple of years. I think they're going to be a tough out now, but it's going to make them more formidable, I think.
Yeah.
All right, if you're ready, bud,
Let's go.
I figure we start with well, you tell me what do you have written down in what order?
I got both AFC and NFC East on the top. So
Okay, so do I. All right. I went with Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the Jets. Um, I think Buffalo's really good. As they have been, they got something to prove.
mhm.
And they got the second year receiver on one side. I Diggs on the other, I think still. And Cook at running back.
Diggs went to New England,
Diggs went to New England. You're right. I'm sorry.
so they have Shakir, Coleman, and
And you
yeah,
got two good tight ends too.
hmm
Doc.
hmm
They're going to be. I think they're going to be tough again. And of course, you got Josh Allen, who is your reigning MVP. So I mean, a lot of people, and for some reason, the league doesn't talk about him that much right now. But I think you ignore him at your own peril. I mean, he will do whatever it takes to win.
I mean, if he had a true number one, he'd be.
Oh yeah, imagine.
He does all this without a number one,
I was
really. I
going to
mean,
say
Diggs,
he can
he had
MVP
Diggs,
without a
but Diggs
number
really
one.
wasn't a true one. But
Yeah.
uh, if he had,
Well, let's face it. If he had a Xavier Worthy, an AJ Brown, a Terry McLaurin, uh, he'd be. I mean, there might be no stopping. But
mhm.
so, yep, took them first. Miami second. I almost took New England second because I think they're getting improvement. Drake May looks like he'll be really a quarterback. But
Yeah, I did do that. I did take the Patriots second.
all right, so you took the Patriots second.
Yeah, because the Dolphins are a mess. They got talent, but they're a mess. And
Uh,
and I think the Jets will improve. I really, what they have Fields, and I think it's going to be a good division to watch this year.
yeah, I think you're right. All right, so you're going to take Buffalo, but New England, uh,
Dolphins and Jets.
Miami, and the Jets. The Jets, Jets, crash. Uh, the side of a mountain. I got AFC West, or do you want to go NFC East? What's East?
We could do all AFC first.
Okay, that was my thinking. AFC West, and this was tougher. And I'm a Chiefs fan. This was tougher than everybody thinks. I still kept them at number one, Denver at two, the Chargers at three, Vegas at four. Uh, but I'll tell you what, Denver's coming, and so are the Chargers. That division next few years is going to be tough, and I think the Raiders are going to be improved.
Yes, that's going to be another. Over the past few years, a lot of these divisions, it's like you got the top, and then the rest
And
are
then the
garbage.
also Rans, yeah.
But this division here is getting tougher also. But I got the Broncos
Okay.
taking the top there with the Chiefs, Chargers, and the Raiders.
And I almost went that way. And I probably let my heart overtake my head with the Denver KC thing. But it's going to be tough. I love Bo Nix. Uh,
Yeah.
he is, don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is still the standard for
Mhm.
me right now. But I'll tell you what, Bo Nix, I really like him a lot. He reminds me of Josh Allen in a way. Maybe Josh Allen light or something, but he'll run, he runs hard, he'll hurt people. He can pass. I mean, I like him, and he's quick to get into an audible if he sees something off. So
Mhm.
I agree with you. Chargers third, Vegas four. But you're right. That's going to be a tough division, and the Chargers coming too.
Mhm.
I mean, it's that's going to be tough. Uh, AFC North. I have one of your teams, Baltimore number one, Pittsburgh two, Cincinnati three, Cleveland four. Could almost flip flop Cincinnati and Pittsburgh because I don't know how well Rodgers is gonna do. Um, only problem is Cincinnati's defense is not in their town.
Mhm.
It's not,
There's the offensive line.
not exactly. They show up on Tuesday for the Sunday game. It's like they're both bad. The defense is bad. Joe Burrow gets hit more than a pinata at a birthday party. Um, how he held up last year without being injured, I don't know. But uh,
Yeah, I got the same. I got the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
okay, so you got Bengals, or you got Ravens,
Ravens,
Bengals.
Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
Wow, and of course Cleveland. That has got to be Cleveland. Has got to be the quarterback dumpster fire. I mean, you're starting a guy who's almost my older brother, Flacco. I don't want to say he's old, but Grecian Formula's knocking on his door to do endorsements. Um,
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time they had a good quarterback?
I think the last
It was
decent
a was a
quarterback they may have
Testaverde.
had was Mayfield,
Well, true, but yeah,
but
but
they
he,
didn't know how to use him.
yeah,
Because you can see Tampa Bay knows how to use him, and now he's turned into a
yeah.
really good quarterback. But
But I
before
meant like
that,
a winning mentality. I would say like a Testaverde or
yep, probably a Testaverde or even before that. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. But Flacco got him to the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yep, that he did.
So if and it's the same coaching staff, so we'll see what happens. They may be a little better than we think, but I think you're right. I think they're still fourth in the division. AFC South, we've got the Texans, the Colts, the Jags, and Tennessee in that order for me.
Texans, Colts, Jags, and Titans for me.
Yep. Okay, so
Yep.
we agree completely on that one. Uh, though I do like that they went with Danny Dimes
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Jones over Richardson. I think that's the right
You
move.
cannot start an NFL quarterback under 50% completion. You
No,
just can't.
no. And a guy that could look over at the sideline and go, I'm tired, take me out for a play.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even be in the league. If his contract wasn't guaranteed, he'd be gone. And I'll bet you at the end of this, which is his rookie contract, I
Yeah,
would sign him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes this year. You know, if one of these starting quarterbacks get injured, I
Somebody may
I think
trade for
somebody
him,
would
give you a
trade
low draft pick,
for
fifth, sixth, seventh round draft pick for him, you know.
him.
Um, but that's what I have. That's that how you have it? Yeah, you already said.
Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. Yep.
Okay. All right. Ready for the NFC, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right. I got, and this was tough. This was very tough. I kept Philly for now because I think the roster's a little bit better, but I kept Philly number one in the East, Washington two. I think the Giants are going to be better than Dallas three and Dallas four.
Yeah, we a little different. As much as I agree with you, the Eagles have more talent. They also have a tougher schedule, so that's why I'm bumping Washington to win the division.
Okay.
Eagles second, and the this is what this Cowboys are going to score points, but they're also going to give up points.
Yep.
Um, but I still think they'll come in third over the Giants.
Okay. And that's possible because that was tough for me too. Which one would be third and fourth? And one and two was tough. So,
Mhm.
I mean, we both could be right. We both could be half and half, whatever. But it's not a tough division per se.
Mhm.
It's not like the AFC West, which all the teams are going to be improved. But Washington's greatly improved. Uh, so I was struggling with keeping Philly one or two, same as I was with Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean,
Not surprised me.
yeah, you're splitting hairs. So I
Yeah,
mean,
you
this
really are. But you're right about the schedule. Philly's got a tough schedule this year. So NFC West, I've got the Rams, the Niners, Seattle, and Arizona. Uh, to me, the Rams, if Stafford can stay healthy. Problem is, it's a back injury. Would
right.
not surprise me if he's knocked out at some point. Um, the explanation I heard was he could pull his back out just by bending over to lift up the laundry basket.
Mhm.
So, I mean, how's he going to get through an NFL season? Uh,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And the same thing with the Niners. If McCaffrey doesn't stay healthy, there. I
yep.
mean, I think this is a potluck type division,
Yeah.
which I think any of them really could win it.
I was going to say people are actually picking Arizona too. So, uh,
Yeah,
but I have the Rams, the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals.
yeah, I have
I'm going
the
to be close.
yeah. I mean,
Any,
if there's no injuries, but it's a big
yeah.
if. But I'm going to go with the Rams, Niners, Cards, and Seahawks.
Okay. So we switched on three and four. And I could see that because Darnold's going to have to really have
He's
some.
going to have to. He don't have the weapons that he had in Minnesota.
Yeah. And we
Uh,
see in tough games, he has trouble.
you're talking the weather wise, it's even worse. So I
And
mean,
Seattle's not great weather-wise. So, all right. NFC North, especially now. This is tough, but I took the Packers over the Lions for now.
okay.
Um, and then Minnesota and the Bears.
I have the same thing here, and then, once again, this would be like a potluck. I think the Vikings could still win the division, but
Yeah.
now I really think they could even move past the Lions because Lions, they lost a lot of personnel,
Yeah.
coaching personnel.
They've also got another pretty big entry, I think, on defense already. I can't
Yeah,
remember who it is. It's not um their big guy. He's coming back, but they did lose a D lineman, I think,
mhm.
already. So
And Minnesota's defense is good. The only thing is McCarthy starting, so we don't know
yeah,
with
nobody
what.
knows. It's a
Yeah,
question mark. So he could be
but
really good,
mhm.
or he's going to be essentially, even though he was hurt last year, it technically made him a second year guy. He's essentially a rookie.
Yeah,
He's never
yeah,
played.
never.
So it's going to be interesting. And I think the Bears are going to improve a little bit.
They will improve also,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So,
But I'm with you. Packers, Lions, Vikings, and the Bears.
and got Bears. So, and last but not least, division wise, we have the NFC South. I think the Bucks will win it again, with Atlanta finishing second, Carolina third, New Orleans fourth. I think New Orleans is going to be a year or two away. They're not quite a dumpster fire, but the flame's on at the dumpster and the trash is right outside. Uh, they haven't just put it.
Mhm.
Um, but I think the Bucks are still the best team in that division. I'll tell you, I was tempted to switch Atlanta and Carolina, but I didn't. Only because Atlanta's got a quarterback situation too. So,
Yeah, but I'm with you. I got the same thing. Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, and the Saints.
and the Saints and
And the
can
Bucks could have this wrapped up by 3/4 of the season.
by game 10,
Yeah.
by game 11, it could be all wrapped up already. So, all right, I'll tell you what I got for playoffs. I got Buffalo having the best record in the AFC East, in the AFC.
Okay.
So they would have a first round bye. Kansas City would have the second. They would play. You might like this, but hate this. I have Indy making the playoffs, brother, but I have the Chiefs playing them and probably knocking them out. But I do have Indy making the playoffs as a wild card. Denver plays the Chargers. I think they'll both get in, which Denver, I can't remember if Denver got in. The Chargers actually got in. And I think Denver did too, but I'm not sure about that. But I think they will this season if they didn't last year. And uh and of course Baltimore will play Houston. And out of the winners, I've got Denver beating Kansas City, believe it or not. Or no, wait a minute. Who do I have done? Oh, Denver beating the Chargers. Uh and the Chiefs play the Ravens in the playoffs, I think. And I'm a Chiefs fan, but we know what we say about heart and head. I think Baltimore would beat Kansas City this time around. And that means Buffalo would play Baltimore. And I think somehow Josh Allen gets it done, beats beats Baltimore, beats Lamar, and gets to the Super Bowl.
No, that sounds good. I didn't go that far with it, but my wild cards, I do have the Bengals,
Ooh,
Chiefs, and Chargers.
okay. Bengals, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I think they got the offense. I mean, yeah, they don't have the
Well, they're
defense.
going to outscore people like crazy, or try
Yeah.
to anyway. That's going to be their whole game. Because, like you said, their offensive line isn't good, so Burrow's going to have to pass a lot. Um, and but their defense isn't good either, so they're going to have to outscore people. But they
But
could.
if I had to pick, I think it would probably be Baltimore against Denver in the championship
Oh,
game.
really? Against Denver? You're really high on Denver then. More than
Yeah.
Buffalo?
Remember, they got the best defense in the league.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They have a
So,
great defense. So,
if they and Sean
and if
Payton,
nothing else,
Sean Payton could get them rolling.
yeah, and if nothing else, I think the Super Bowl proved that the team with the best defense or better defense is just gonna roll over everybody in a way.
Mhm.
So,
And the reason why I would not pick the Bills is because they just don't have that
that
top
receiver group.
weapon. They need that
Yeah,
top weapon.
yeah, yeah. I could see your point. I just think Josh Allen is
Oh,
somehow
I hope
the
he
way
does.
he gets
He
it
de- he
done.
deserve yeah he deserves to be there,
He
but
does.
just don't they don't have that go-to guy when they need something.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you there. Um, that would be the drawback. And if
Hmm.
that is, then I think it's them against Baltimore, and then I think Baltimore gets in.
Hmm.
So, NFC, I have if Philly wins the Eastern Division, they're going to be number one, and they would get to bye. That being said, I also think if Washington wins the division, they'll get the bye. I think those two teams are going to be in some order, one and two. Um, Problem is, whichever one makes the wild card obviously doesn't get the bye the first week.
Hmm.
For now, I have Philly getting the bye. Uh, Rams play Detroit. I have Detroit winning that one. Green Bay and San Francisco. And I have Green Bay winning that one. Washington playing Tampa Bay. And I think I have Washington winning that one. Yeah, I do. But then you got the Eagles would play Washington. Detroit would play Green Bay. Philly would play Oh, I already have that down. Philly would play Detroit. Yeah, it'd be yep, that's all that is. Okay. And somehow I have Philly pulling that out. But Washington could, if Stafford's healthy, the Rams could. A lot of people forget that the Rams almost beat Philly in the snow. And they actually had a chance to either tie or win it down the stretch. So um, just Philly's defense was just a touch better. I think you're right about Detroit. They've got some injuries. I think that'll keep them from winning the division. Um, Green Bay is improved. Uh, Washington's going to be improved. So there's three or four teams in the NFC that are going to be really good. And I don't want to
Mhm.
say it's up for grabs, but it wouldn't surprise me if any of the four get in.
Yeah, I got my wild cards will be the Eagles, Lions, and Vikings.
Okay. Eagles.
And depending on how it plays out, I could see Philly and Washington playing for the NFC East. I
Yeah,
mean, NFC
Eagles
title.
against the Vikings. And of course, we know the Bucks. Okay. So it could be, unless they accidentally match up before the championship, it could be those two in the championship. You're right. And the winner obviously goes to the Super Bowl. For now, I've taken Philly to play Buffalo, and only because their defense would be better. And then, like you said, Buffalo doesn't have that A1 receiver. I don't think they could win the Super Bowl, at least over Philly, probably not over Washington either. Whichever one of those two gets to the Super Bowl. And I think it'll be one of those two. Uh, though Green Bay greatly improved, especially now with Parsons.
Yeah,
Um,
and if you have to play in Green Bay in
oh
December,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whichever one wins the East and has the bye, that's the team with the biggest shot because they don't have to travel to Green Bay.
mm,
Um, like I have San Francisco playing Green Bay first, and I don't think they can handle the cold. I don't think they can handle coming somewhat east. And then, of course, Detroit playing Green Bay, and though it's not a far distance, it's outside. If it's cold, which it probably will be, because it'll probably be
mm,
January,
the frozen tundra.
frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Yeah, I think that's a Green Bay win too. So, but that's what I got, pal.
Pretty good.
All right. So
I'm not jinxing my team, so I ain't gonna say who's gonna be in the Super Bowl.
you're not jinxing it. Well, I probably jinxed myself the wrong way with Kansas City. Watch, I said they're not going to. They'll make the playoffs, but not get into. And I could be dead wrong about that one. I think them not having Rasheed Rice again for 6 weeks is going to hurt. They're saying Travis Kelsey looks pretty good, but
They
wait,
got engaged now, so
and he's engaged. Let's see. Let's
But
see
ever
what
since he
happens.
started dating her, he's been on the downhill.
Everybody's like, yeah, he's been on the downside. He said it wasn't her, but he does admit that he was distracted by a lot of his off-field stuff, like the game show, a couple movie cameos, a couple of Saturday Night Live hosting gig. So he did a lot in the off season last year
Mhm.
that he admits was probably too much, and he wasn't paying attention to his body. He wasn't paying attention to game plan changes and things like he should.
Right.
So he does admit to that. Obviously, he's not going to admit that, you know, uh, Taylor Swift played into it at all. But I mean, even on a bye week, he flew to, was it Argentina or Brazil, and was actually in her show on stage at one point and traveled around to go see her when he could. So, yeah, there was a lot going on for him. Um, but it wouldn't surprise me if they win the whole thing or he has a great season and they don't quite win it, but he has a good season to prove himself if uh if he retires.
And then he could retire as Mr. Swift.
And he could be Travis Swift. Oh God, that'd be so funny. Obviously, that's not gonna happen, but that would be so funny.
Wouldn't that be something?
Mr. T. he, he would be the new Mr. T, but not the same way as Mr. T. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Of my marriage. I pity the fool. No, I won't. Oh, Jesus. So, but I'll say, I mean, got to give the guy credit. I mean, he's on his podcast with his brother, and because she was on it, and she apparently volunteered to be on it, he wasn't pushing her. She volunteered to be on it. Obviously, a lot of it was for publicity for her new album, but over 21 million views on YouTube. So you can't knock that part of it. So
No, I mean that was funny. The day that they announced it, Facebook just blew. Everybody's commenting and this and
oh,
that.
and
It's
then
like,
afterwards, everybody had their comments, of course.
yeah, it's
They're so in love, and
well, that's
this
what I'm saying. It don't affect me, so I mean,
new
but
album doesn't bother me. Just
it
if you
must
can,
affect a lot of these people because they just all,
yeah. Well, the NFL loves it because now you're getting a whole shitload of new fans
right.
that they didn't have before. I mean, fathers like it because now their teenage daughters are watching football games with them.
Hmm.
Now instead of just football, it's a bonding moment. So I guess I'm all right with it. Like you said, um, somebody made the point the other day that there's a lot of people complaining about when they put her on, during the game, they shoot to her or whatever. And somebody made a pretty good point. I think it was Rich Eisen said, she's on for 30 seconds total.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? It's not that big a deal. They show her, they go back to the game, and it's in between plays. They're not pulling away from the game. So, you know, let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, they ought to play a game like we do. Every time they show it, we take a shot. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's it. That's the way it should be. They show her, boom, there we go. I will be so loaded up on tequila, it would be, oh man, or gin, one of the two. I would be loaded. Yeah, I mean, so what? Who cares? That's 6 or 7 shots right there. A lot of
Yeah,
people play that game.
yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people very happy to play that game. Come on, show Taylor before the game. Woohoo!
Woo.
We're just getting started.
Get that fireball.
Get the fireball going, baby. A lot of people are rooting for Taylor to be on camera just so they can drink. I got to play the game, honey. uh, so there we have it for now. Bill, who'd you pick to win the Super Bowl? Washington?
I didn't.
No, you didn't. That's right. I did, but you did not. Um,
But if you want me to pick something, I'll pick it.
no,
That's it.
no, we can wait. Don't don't rush into it. Maybe after we make our picks later in the week, if you feel like it.
I think it might be an I-95. It's going to be Ravens and Washington.
Ooh, wow, that's not just I-95. That's Beltway. That's the Beltway Bowl right there.
There you go.
Like what? Not even an hour away from each other?
No, no.
I mean, I've driven from DC to Baltimore. Yeah, it's not even an hour.
Mm-mm.
That was with traffic on the Beltway, and it was like 45, 50 minutes.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not far. Um, that'd be like if the Giants played the Jets. I mean, they share the stadium for Christ's sake. Or the Chargers played the Rams. Same thing. It's like, who's the home team, if they played it there. And with LA, that's always possible.
Mm-hmm.
They pick warm weather. A couple times they picked domes. I think once they did it at Giant Stadium and it was bitter cold and they realized that was a mistake. But New York was like, we want the Super Bowl too. Get a
Yeah.
dome.
Build a dome. Yeah.
Um, you know, get a dome, build it. You got a shot. So, all right, pal. Unless you can think of anything else sports wise. I mean, we're looking at baseball real fast. Uh, big division out west, Chargers. Padres and Dodgers are within two. Last I knew, Detroit's running away with the Central Division in the American League. Yankees are trying to gain some games. The Red Sox were gaining and then lost 3 of 4 to oh shoot. I just
Yeah,
watched.
it's starting to wind down a little bit. The Rangers are 2.5 out of that last wild card spot
Yeah.
with the Yankees, Red Sox, and Mariners.
So Cal Raleigh is having a season. So is
Mhm.
Schwarber. I mean, um, they're parking baseballs like crazy. Um, Congratulations to Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
Yeah, the big dumper.
The big dumper's dumping those balls into the seat. Most ever by a catcher in one season. Uh, and he's probably going to pass Mickey Mantle for most ever by a switch hitter in one season because that's 61, I think. And uh, he's on the doorstep. I think he's at 59.
Is he that much?
Yeah, yeah. I think he's at 59, and Schwarber is right behind him at 58 or 57 because Schwarber had the week last week with
He's at
4.
50. Raleigh's at 50. Yeah, he's at 50.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't think he's that close. And then Schwarber,
Okay, Schwarber's at 49, right?
look at that real quick. Phillies
He had,
roster.
he had the 4 in one game last.
We're 49, 119 ribbies.
Whew.
Hmm.
Season of his life. Tell me he's not going to get a good contract next year.
And the thing is, I mean, at his age, I mean, yeah, he could hit another couple of more
Oh
years.
yeah, yeah. He's got 3, 4 good years in him.
Yeah.
He could, like you said, he could hit a couple hundred more. And Raleigh's young,
Hmm.
so that's going to be interesting. I
And
like.
then the NFC wild card also, it's the Reds are 4 out of the last spot, and the Giants are 5 out, so they're probably done.
We're probably toast. Yeah. Same in the American League. I think Kansas City's out, pretty much out now, 5 or 6 back.
They're 9.5 now.
And
They're
a half now because they
oh
had a.
well, actually, that's the division. My bad.
Uh,
Uh, they're 3, so the Royals are only
okay.
3. Rangers 2.5, so they have some time yet. What do they got?
We're within 1.5, and then Detroit just beat them 2 out of 3 over.
Yeah, it's about 18 games left.
Yeah, that's about it. Anywhere from 16 to 18, depending on the team.
Yeah,
Uh, Philly's got their lead back up over the Mets to, I think it's 5. It might be 6.
6.
Is it 6 now? I know the Mets
Yeah.
swept them, but they took 3 or 4 from the Braves, and the Mets struggled with the Marlins over the weekend.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
they beat Philly and then had the letdown. It's like, wow.
The Brewers pretty much wrapped up their division. They're
Yeah,
6.5, and the Dodgers have a 2 game over the Padres. That could be a
Padres,
nail biter coming down
that one's
a
coming
little
down.
dogfight coming down the stretch there.
Yep, that's going to be a tough one. Philly's going to Milwaukee. Last time they played Milwaukee, Milwaukee spanked them the last series. So this one will be interesting to see what happens here.
Mhm. And the Mariners are 2 behind the Astros for the West.
Right.
The Tigers have it wrapped up, and then Blue Jays are 3 on the Yankees, 3.5 on the Red Sox.
Yeah, see, they lost some ground because they were like 6 or 7 up. So they've lost some ground to those two teams lately. Red Sox got back in there by getting hot. They got hot.
Mhm. And they'll all be playing each other. So I
Yeah,
mean,
they're going to knock each other out. That I do like the way they've done that this year. Is they've got all the division teams playing each other.
mhm.
That they'll knock each other out. Phillies have to play the Braves again. They got to play the Mets again. I don't know if they play the Marlins. I think they play the Nats again. The Red Sox play the Yankees again in a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
And I think they got to play. I think they got to play Toronto again. So yeah, those teams could all start knocking each other out. Dodgers will play the Padres again.
Mhm.
It's going to be interesting. The two Central divisions are close to wrapped up, but
Yeah, I would say they're wrapped up.
yeah, especially the Tigers. I think that's
9.5 with what,
Yeah.
it's like 16, 18
Have
games
to
left.
not show up for 10 games and they'd probably
Yeah.
still have to watch. So I can't think of anything else unless you do, buddy.
No, I think that's pretty much good. And then we'll be back later on with our
In the
picks for
week
the
with the
week
weekly
one.
pick. And remember, folks, we're changing our format for that. We'll go down the list and we'll only really discuss the games we disagree on. If we agree, we're just going to say, okay, this team's beating that team, move on. So we can go with that. Uh, for uh, for Vineland Realty Corporation in Vineland, New Jersey, for Schatzi Schnitzel House in Riley, Kansas, we're spreading out those sponsors, buddy.
There you go.
If we can get one in California or on the West Coast, man, we're living. Uh, for my pal Billy Smith and our executive producer Ethel over here, uh, thank you guys for tuning in and for watching. Remember, we'll be back later in the week. But from the cheap seats with binoculars, beer, and you can see my hot dog there, I think, over there, somewhere there.
There you go. That's what we need. We need a binocular guy.
We need binoculars because we're in the cheap seats, buddy.
We'll have to talk to Paige. We need
Yeah.
some binoculars.
Oh, yeah, add some binoculars here around one of these guys' necks or something. That'd be cool. Uh, all right. So for all those folks we mentioned and others to help with the broadcast, there's nobody else helping us with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And have a safe Labor Day.
yes,
Folks.
that's right. Have a safe Labor Day, and we will talk to you later in the week, sometime before Thursday, which is the opening of the NFL season. Dallas goes to Philadelphia, and if everything goes right, they'll probably wonder why. Why did we go there? Um, other than that, that's it. We'll talk to you soon, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Bill.
All right. You see you, Johnny.
See ya. Have a good week.
You too, pal.